What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are Traditional Fans with Opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. My Hero Academia Vigilantes. So this is a spin-off of the main series. So this is like a few years before. So it's like right after All Might won that big fight against All for One. Anyway, so starting off, Koichi Himawari is a first year college student. His quirk is it's called Sliding Guide. Basically, he can travel around the speed of a bicycle. Basically, he's crawling. And he's trying to go to his part-time job at a convenience store, and he sees this random street performer named Pop Step who uses her leap quirk to go to various spots and start singing randomly. Then he's harassed by these thugs led by Soga Kukazaki, and Koichi then later puts on his All Might hoodie. I'm sure Deku has a few of those. So Koichi goes around. He just helps people do simple things, cleans up trash, picks up litter, gives people directions, helps people with photos, does random stuff, and he's called the nice guy by various people. And he accidentally runs into Pop Step in his alley. Then they're both confronted by Soga, and they're basically they start trying to beat up Pop and Koichi, and like when Koichi tries to help save Pop, but both of them are saved by this guy named Knuckle Duster, who's a vigilante, so he's an unlicensed person doing hero work. And he beats them up and inspects their tongues because he's trying to find this drug called Trigger that can screw with people's minds and powers up their quirks, turning them into like instant villains. And due to the regulations regarding heroes and cops, they would be one step behind. So since Knuckle Duster is a vigilante, he's not bound by those rules. So he wants to be more proactive in dealing with them. And he wants Koichi to be his like apprentice. Koichi doesn't want to, but he plays along with Knuckle Duster for a little bit to keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't like viciously assault someone. And then when Knuckle Duster's about to beat up this guy, he's stopped by Eraserhead. So, and that's the end of the episode. I've read this manga, the entire thing. I enjoyed it. I really liked this episode. I liked how they use old, like old comic book art, like the word pop-up words, like that you see in like some of the old like pre-crisis comics. It was great. I really liked seeing that as a fan of superhero comics. So yeah, I enjoyed this episode. I think it could be a really big hit this year. All right, now for Zatsu Tabi, That's Journey. So in this one, our main character, Chika Suzuka Mori, is a aspiring manga artist. So she basically had won a award for rookie manga creator and got some prize money out of it. And then she submitted 3 drafts for other manga to a publisher, and all 3 drafts were rejected. She's very sad about that, and so she doesn't know what to do. She like puts something on social media to say she wants to go on a journey where she should go, and basically it goes viral. People start seeing recommendations, and so first she goes to this hot springs spends the night there. Then she goes to this shrine, walks up like over it's so she walks 1,225 steps up towards this shrine. Yeah, I would be if I did that, I would be very sore. Like leg day, that would be leg week. So yeah, I mean, it was a interesting series, interesting premise. So the character just wants to go on a journey, go around the various places, it'd be interesting. See how they show different parts of Japan. I think this could be a neat little series. Maybe not one of those like big time like hits, but it could be one of those like sleeper hits. So yeah, I think this was a relatively decent episode. Right now for Not Just a Goof. So this is a documentary about the production of a Goofy movie. And so today is the 30th anniversary of a Goofy movie's release, and so this documentary released to celebrate, and it goes over a lot of production, you know, Jeffrey Katzenberg's role in it, how while he had a lot of misgivings regarding animation, like he wanted Bill Farmer to voice Goofy as Bill Farmer. He didn't want Goofy to sound like Goofy. Needless to say, he was able to be convinced otherwise. And basically, this goes to all the production, how there was a missing pixel that caused him to have to like redo the entire movie, which actually helped them fix some other issues they had. And then, how when Klotzenberg got fired, Eisner did not really support the movie. He was more into like the big concept stuff like Lion King. And like the movie was like relatively small scale, relatively cheaper. It wasn't like something that was believed to be a big time release, and critics hated it. I mean, audiences obviously love this movie. I think it's a great movie. And so this goes in, and the documentary ends with some content creators like expressing their love of the movie. It shows some clips from various channels. Some I've seen, some I've not seen. Outside this documentary. And yeah, I think it was a good documentary, good overview of a cult classic, that deserves a lot of praise. And I think it was a good documentary to pay tribute to the legacy of that movie, of a great father-son story, which is something that I think a lot of people in today's time need. People need a good like father-son story, good movie about male mentorship. It's a good movie for today's time. And yeah, it's a movie of its time. Both those Goofy movies were. They were both definitely 90s movies. Like with the Goofy movie having like your uh, pop star that's like very much like Prince and Michael Jackson, and how a lot of the characters acting. Of course, the second one, you had like the big skateboarding craze with Tony Hawk being big. But that movie wasn't what brought this. Goof Troop was, which is a great show. Highly recommend. And yeah, I think this is a good documentary. The animation process was explained very well. I'm a fan of old school animation, so I really like seeing that. And I really like seeing like some of the conversations between like the people involved with production. I like seeing how some of those were done in animated form. It was very interesting to see. So yeah, do watch this on Disney Plus. It's a pretty good documentary. And that's it. Did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, you can put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.